Good morning. I am John. Today is Monday, November 28th, 2022. Time to get back after my project of turning my part-time hobby of content creation into a potential full-time job. For some reason, I thought that was a better plan than looking for a job after I got laid off last month, but we'll see how it's going. You can tell it's Monday because I haven't, I didn't shave yet, I'm kind of scruffy. But I did get up pretty early this morning because I had a really relaxing weekend. I took a nap midday Sunday, which just, why not? Because I was tired and I laid down, took a nap, so I didn't need much sleep. So I got up early, got after it. I did some stuff over the weekend, even though I largely took the weekend off. But there's just a lot of momentum starting right now that I'm like afraid to let my foot off the gas at all, so I just let it off mostly kind of on the weekends. Quick recap. Well, back on Friday we recorded 2 episodes of our regular podcast, which we had taken the month of November off when we're running rewinds, but now we have new content, so I'll talk about the podcast a little bit later. Actually, we had George had a live stream of a game that he got a little bit ago, Final Vendetta, I think it was called. Yeah, it's kind of a big beat 'em up, but it's a brand new one, just came out in June, and we did a live stream of that, which was very productive. Live streams are so much fun if you've never attended one, because we're playing the game, but I guess what people have said that we do differently than most live streamers, or I guess the majority of live streamers, is for us is less about the game and it's more about the hanging out and the chatting and the cutting up and that kind of thing. They're both represented, but we really like to engage with people in the chat and play little challenge games and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. We're probably definitely gonna do another one later this week. We have one planned. Also did a few more Twitch streams. By the way, if you haven't already followed over on Twitch, please hop over there. The link is on the screen right now. It really helps. We just need about 10 more to get that next barrier to open it up to the potential of monetization on Twitch. And Twitch is an easy way I have found if there's almost no preparation. You pick something you want to stream or talk about or do, and you go live. There's like none of that, the preparation and the thumbnailing and the tagging. They kind of handle all that for you. So it's an easy way. It's another avenue to, again, multiple little trickle streams of revenue that are potentials for us. Also, I'm very bullish on the short content video on YouTube right now. The more we have been doing, the more we're finding that taking an old piece of content, chopping it down to under 60 seconds and making it vertical, which is that kind of TikTok-ish kind of fast, rapid-fire content. 4 out of 5 of those are getting thousands of views, and several of them gain us 4, 5, 8, 10 subscribers just for knocking that out. So I'm trying to do one of those every day now, no matter what else I do. If that's all I do, okay, but the intent is that's an extra thing I do, because doing one only takes about 20 minutes or so, and I'm finding extra value there. And I think those things actually could be repurposed, like over on TikTok and Instagram or whatever. I don't know much about Instagram yet. We actually have a scheduled call this afternoon with a longtime friend of mine who is now a social media manager to talk about what options we have. I hate to spend money on another service, but if there's a true potential for return on value, then that's probably the smart way to spend money, I think. Now's the time to spend it if we're going to find out, if this is going to work for us. The status of GenXGrownUp in general, the YouTube channel, which is kind of the flagship right now, the numbers look good across the board. I'll put up a graphic here and you can see, views are up and watch time is up and hours are up and subscribers are up and all those sorts of things. And that's to be expected, of course, because we're pumping in a lot more energy and effort into it. The important thing, again, that we're not really seeing yet is higher volume on a per content piece basis, which is going to be critical, because I'm not sure that putting out brand new content every single day is a sustainable model in the infinite term. Certainly in the near term, the next few months, I see that as a viable thing in order to energize it, but that's going to be growing the followership, growing the audience, so that a single piece gives you more impact than having to just do a second piece, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But that's positive. So that's positive stuff. Listenership on the podcast is up a bit, although that's not a primary draw of revenue. It's just it's an avenue that we have for our followers and listeners, and it's up, not up a great deal, but doing well. Today, what's going on today? Got to spend some more time working on. I have a new product to review, actually a viewer request on YouTube. Several viewers have requested this, so sometimes I like to take something that I've never reviewed before, regardless of its age. If people are asking for it, that means there is a demand and you listen to your audience. So I'm going to work on a product review, hopefully get that out today or tomorrow. Work on some more of those short form things that we talked about. Again, they take maybe 20-30 minutes to knock out, and they have great potential for impact in terms of expanding our reach, so those are smart to do. And then the last thing really is to talk a little bit about our audio podcast, which I don't know how much overlap there is between those of you that follow us on YouTube, or especially that follow me here, that know about the podcast. I've talked about it. It's an important part. It's a huge prong of our attack, and it's always been a way that we reach our audience best, because it's how we just conversationally speak, and they get to know us and know what our brand is and that kind of thing. Previously, when I was employed, editing the podcast was it was this little almost guerrilla editing thing that I did, where I kept the timeline open all the time, and then in between conference calls and meetings and things like that, I would pop it open and edit for 15 or 20 minutes. And I had a system whereby, the show comes out every Thursday, so I had to make sure that it was done by Wednesday night, of course. And so generally I would be, okay, by Monday it has to be 30% edited roughly. By Tuesday it needs to be 60% edited, and then by Wednesday it has to be finished. So, but that was doing it in little bits and pieces. And historically I found, if I had a day off or I was on vacation, if I just sat and focused on it for an hour, I could just be done. It took a lot less time because I wasn't getting into it and getting out of it. So I mentioned this the other day. I think a couple of things could be achieved here. One is picking a time of the day where I'm going to edit the podcast, and time of the week as well, to see how much time it takes, and schedule to do it then, because it's a regular recurring thing. Back when I had when I had a regular job, I had every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I had this meeting. So I don't see why I can't take that, which is a known recurring thing, and I think scheduled when I want to do it. It adds some consistency to my brain, and also I want to take that productivity task, and I'm going to stream that on Twitch, as I mentioned, I think last week. And that'll do two things, as I said. Not only am I working on the show, but also it's a regularly scheduled thing that I'm working on. And having a schedule on Twitch can be quite helpful, because people know when you're going to be there, and it's beneficial to an audience to know when to come back and see you. So definitely, vintage gaming is something I want to and will continue to do on Twitch, but I'm going to add productivity there and try it for a bit and see how it does. If people watch, if people don't, we'll see. But I have it set up, and I think I'm pretty busy today. I'm probably planning on starting that tomorrow. I'll look at the schedule today and kind of see what tomorrow looks like, and pick after lunch I'm going to start editing, or maybe in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's the kind of stuff that's in my head right now. It took some time, a little bit, to recharge on the weekends, so I'm just getting up to speed. Got to stay motivated. As soon as I finish this, I need to sit at the desk and get working on that product review. And today is a new day, and so is tomorrow. Man, I certainly thank you for stopping in for today's vlog. If you are someone who watches this every day, you are my people. I love you so much. Thank you for your ongoing support and encouragement and kind words, and tough love in many cases too, which is the kind of stuff that somebody in my situation needs. So thanks for that. Please take excellent care of yourself today, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.